Alright, guys and gals, welcome back to part 2 of the USS Pittsburgh build. I originally painted the deck in navy blue, but I am going to change that up and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But as you remember in the last video in part 1, we went ahead and put the two islands together. I don't know if I painted these on the last video or not, but most all my guns are painted. I say most because there's still more on the sprues. I just didn't want to take them off. Anyhow, like I said, I started to do this, and I painted the deck blue because I've seen a lot of videos where decks are actually blue. It looked okay, but it's also got a wood deck on it. And I told you guys at the beginning of my channel that I was going to build lots of ships, and the ships I was going to build all had wooden decks. So, in addition to buying the model kits, I also went ahead and bought these guys. This is a wooden ship deck by Hunter. It also has anchor chain and photo etch parts. Problem with the photo etch parts is I have bad eyesight, so I cannot see all of those, so most likely those will not go on this build. That is sad because it would make it really nice if I could get it on, and maybe I could get somebody to help me with who's got better eyeballs than me. Anyhow, we're going to start by, and this is the first time I'm ever doing this, putting this wood deck stuff on this deck. So, like I said, I've never done this before, and I'm going to turn on some more light. Alright. And so, these look like they line up really nice. Up to this point right here is wood deck. From here forward is steel deck, and the same thing on the back end. From here back is all steel. So, there is a line right there, and I'm assuming that that's going to go like that. And that don't look right. Because I think this is the back side. Yeah, this is the sorry about that. That one goes there. And this one goes here. Alright, there we go. And then we have this one that goes up on one of the islands. Right there. So, like I said, I've never done this before, so we're going to give it a shot and see how it works. Now, I got to figure out how to get this backing off of here. And let's see if I can do it this way. And also, I need to do some research to see how to color these. This is not... Is there an easier way to do this? I think I got it, I think. Let me see. See if I could peel it back a little further. Alright, I finally got it off. It's a little tricky, but I did get it. Looks like it's still... Alright, so... Trying to hold this on the edges here. Got my extra eyeballs on. And let's see if we can do this. Now, look at the instructions. The instructions are saying to drill a bunch of holes into this deck, and I don't know why I don't see... I mean, there's enough holes on there to mount stuff, but if it says to drill the holes, I mean, they give you details on where they want the holes drilled, but it doesn't seem to line up with anything. Oh, it does, I guess. So I don't know if I should do that before or after. Anyhow, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and I'll drill the holes. It doesn't even say what size to make the holes, but I will just go ahead and start off with a small size, see what's supposed to be mounted there, and we'll continue on from there. Anyhow, this front part is down. Now to get this big old section down here. Let's turn this around. It's easier for me to work from the right to the left. So, alright, so Very unlikely place that I started to peel at was from instead of the corner. Like I'll try the corner on this one, but the other one I got actually from the middle, and it's kind of hard for me to see because it's so glossy. Wait a minute. Of course not. Alright, so I'll try the same thing again. I'll do it from the side and see if I can get lucky again. Nope. And I have to do the same thing, go off camera just to get this off of here. They should give me some sort of a... Oh wait, I think I got it. I hate doing it from the corners because the corners break. See, like that one's ready to break and I don't want to do it any further from there. Alright, I'm going to go off camera again and see if I can get this off. We'll be back. Alright guys, I got the backing off of there. Now, I need to figure out which way this has got to go on here. Yeah, once you get the backing off, it's easy to do. Alright, so I'm going to figure out all these holes that I need to drill out. I'm going to go ahead and drill them, even though I don't know what they're for at this point. Probably later on in the build I'll figure it out. But this, I don't know how I'm going to paint this, or color it, or stain it, or whatever. But anyhow, we will continue with this. I think the next step is to put this into the hull, and we'll continue on from there. So stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and drill those holes out that I just mentioned to you. I did mark all the ones as per the instructions. I don't see any for the aft deck. So I'm going to go ahead and drill this, and I'm going to drill this using my Dremel cordless. I already did the first hole up here, and it seems to be close enough to the size. It's a bit smaller than the regular hole sizes. If I have to make it bigger, I can do that. So let's go ahead with this and see how it works. Alright, so all the holes they wanted me to drill out, I had drilled out. I didn't mess up the wood deck any, just a little bit maybe back here. Because these holes were really like right up close to the edge. And I might have split the plastic a little bit. So I'm going to just take this little guy and just kind of go through the hole so I could see it. Alright. It's a lot faster with that drill than it would have been with my pin vise. Alright, so there you go. Now I can put this into the hull. And by the way, you do remember that I did paint the hull in the last video with the water line and all that stuff. Now, most of these ships, they're going to be in a diorama. So I don't think I'm going to put on the propeller shafts and the propellers and the rudders. Only because it'll probably be sunk down into some styrofoam, so you won't see that. Now, I also use a different glue for something this big. I'll be right back. I'll go get it and show you what it is. Alright guys, when I have to do a large, long bead of glue like that, I'm going to resort to my old friend Fowler, and this is Fowler Expert. And the reason why, it gives me some working time, and I can lay one bead down all the way from one end to the other. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start doing this. Plus I have more control of how I put the glue down. Alright, so now what we got to do is make sure this all fits in there. And we'll hold it down for a second. Now this glue, it tacks up right away, but it takes a while to cure. So we'll just hold this down here for a second. And I'll bring it back when we do the next step. Alright guys, I am going to attempt to weather this wood deck. I came up with a concoction of my own colors. These are all, to me, I mean, these are all Vallejo colors. This is sand ivy. And then I used also this camouflage brown. And I used sand, US sand. Put a couple of drops of each in here and mixed it with some water, and that's the color I came out with. So looks like I'm pretty happy with that, I guess. I don't know, for my first time. So I'm going to go ahead and complete everything because I want to get this shit built. So let's continue on. Now, I do a little bit of dry brushing also, just so I don't get a big glob. And we'll just do this. I think for my first time, it actually doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty impressed with that. The basic, I'm just dry brushing this color on here, and it's bringing out all the wood planks. And we'll see how this is going to. Now this came out darker back here. I don't know how I achieved that using the same color here. So maybe we just, yeah, there you go. Kind of blend these in together. There's that look. I think a little bit more on the sides here. Looks a little bare. A little around there. Yeah, I think once these guys are on here, that will not look too bad. Alright, I'm going to continue on and finish this and bring you back when that's done. Okay guys, we are back, and I am pretty happy with the deck, the way it came out. From my first attempt at it, I think it looks good. I may do some improvements on it later on, but for right now, I think it looks pretty good. Anyhow, we're going to continue on with this build because after installing all of these guns, this ship might be finished today. So, with that being said, I'll do the first couple on camera, and then I'll do the rest off of camera, and then install the superstructures and all that kind of good stuff. So, that being said, let's get going with this. Alright, so the main gun, we're just going to go ahead and put where it belongs. And then we'll put this, oops, oh no! Everything fell off. That's okay, we can put all these mounts in place. Alright, so the main gun, we're just going to go ahead and, I'm going to use this extra Super Duty glue. And we'll just put a little bit right there. And then we take this guy. Now you remember I built all of these guns in part 1. So this is just a matter of getting where they belong. Come on, get down there. Alright. And then the second one is this guy. But before we do him, we need to glue that guy down. So, Now this is the back end of the ship, in case you guys haven't realized that. The problem I have is, of course, my eyesight's not the best. I can't really see if I'm actually adding glue to this. Looks like there is. Okay, that's good. Now I know why those holes I had to drill earlier for these guys. Come back here, you. There we go. I'm still trying to figure out which way is easier, put the glue on the part or glue on the part that's going to be glued to. I think doing it this way is probably a little bit neater. Uh-oh, what did I do with that guy? There you go. Alright. So now, according to my instructions, the next guy is going to be out here, and he is going to be with a cut-off side. Now, where is he? I know there he is. What I mean by cut-off side is that all the rest of them around, this one is sliced off right there. And he is the next guy to go in place right there. So, well, you know what? Alright guys, as you can see, I have added a few of the guns already. I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple more on camera so you know that I did them. And I'm going to switch my glues. I like my Fowler Expert glue. It gives me a little bit more control of where I can put the glue. So we'll go here. All the guns that are on the aft part of the ship will be facing aft. All the guns that are amidships will be facing out towards the water. And any guns in the front of the ship will facing towards the bow. So... I don't know why I'm doing it like that. I guess that's just how it would be under cruise. So let's go ahead and put a little glue there. And let's take the mama gun and put the mama gun on this mount. And then we will do the same thing on this side. So you got the main gun What I'm installing now are called the secondary guns, and these little guys, they are the 40 millimeter. I think those are anti-aircraft guns, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know very much about the guns, because my ship, like I said earlier, way back in the beginning of my videos, the ship I was on Saratoga, did not have any armament other than the planes. Alright, the only thing with this glue is that it takes just a little bit longer to set up, but that's okay because I'm not going to touch those. Anyhow, I'm going to do the rest off camera. I'm going to install all the guns. I'll put the superstructures in place, and then we'll continue on from there. Take care, and we'll be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back. And as you can see, Ralphie is overlooking my work. And Ralphie says that this boat does not have enough guns on it, that I need to put some more guns on it. So let me show you up close all the guns that I have installed and the guns that we need to be putting in here. So let's see, let's take this up a notch here, like that, and we'll turn it over. And you can see I have the primary and the secondary guns in place. And now I need to add the little baby guns and all those empty holes you see over there. Yeah, like here and here and here and there and everywhere. More guns. Yes, sir. So we'll be adding more guns. Stay tuned and we'll bring you back when all the guns are installed. Alright guys, as you can see, this is the USS Pittsburgh, a heavy cruiser, and Ralphie is saying, hooray, you're all done. So let's take a look at what we have accomplished on this build. This is the port side. Everything is cool. I got my little whatchamacallit here, the lifeboat. They call it a whaling boat. I don't know why they do that. And I'll tell you, these little guns right here, this one and all these little guns right here, if you breathe on the barrels, they break. And there are several of them here that have barrels that look like that. I'm not going to try and straighten them out because they'll break. Anyhow, there was a major oopsie on here, and I'll show you that when we get to the other side of the ship. Anyhow, all my masts are up there, yard arm, one yard arm, and then my radar and all that is all on there. My main gun, my secondary guns are all there. And we'll turn around to the back side. You can see that the crane and the planes are on the catapults. Now, like I said, this was the first time I did any of this wood deck, and let me show you from the upstairs how it looks. And I think, let me adjust that picture a little bit so you can see it. There you go. So as you can see, the wood deck, I think, looks really, really good. I'm proud of myself for being the first time I've done that. And I think it looks pretty good. Making my own concoction of a color to do on there. So far, I think it looks okay. So let's get back to the camera now. And we'll continue on. This would be the starboard side. Now, why I said it's not complete, if you see all of these little dots, they are not bullet holes. No, it was my stupidity that didn't see those until it was too late. That is a stain that got splashed on there, so I got to figure out how to fix that. Now, in the picture, they actually show this ship as having camouflage on it. I'm not going to do the camouflage. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I just need to figure out how I am going to fix that. So that is the starboard side. As you can see, all my guns are there. I'm proud of myself that this build came out really nice, actually. My waterline, my hull paint job look really good. Now, I am not putting any anchors on yet, and the whaling boat is not glued in place yet because I may have to repaint the entire hull. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Somehow or another, I need to mask everything from here over to here. So, we'll do that at another time. I just want to show you guys that this ship is finished, and it is the first of 4 heavy cruisers that will be on my diorama. Alright guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all folks. Captain Cuz 6951 out for now. Talk to you later. Bye.